Hey, travelers. It's a beautiful, beautiful day.
Lucky us.
Time for beer drinking in the backyard again.
Can't wait.
Troy joins me for another one of these. So I made a little trip out to South Dakota last week for the first time.
The Southern Dakota, right?
Yeah, the Southern Dakota. I've never been to the Northern one.
That's a fun land, in fact, that never ceases to make me happy.
Yeah. I grew up. My entire youth was spent in South Dakota, and I think the closest I made it to North Dakota was Aberdeen, South Dakota. So I've never been to Northern Dakota. However,
no Dax for you.
Yeah, on the way home, I follow a lot of the South Dakota breweries because I'm interested in what they're doing, of course. And there is a new place in Sioux Falls called Looks, Looks brewery. And they also own a marketplace, so they sell meats and all kinds of delicious things.
I'm already a bigger fan of this place, even despite the fact I haven't been there or tried anything.
Yeah. So they have a taproom and a marketplace. And so I was really curious, if I wasn't already bringing a whole cooler of meat home, because my parents insist on sending at least half a cow with me every time I go home. Yes, lucky me.
I mean, I butcher my own cattle whenever we meet.
Yeah. You just go down there and do it yourself?
We take it to the guy, and he does it.
You know the guy.
I throw him in the. I put it in the wagon, though.
Yeah. That's good. So otherwise, I would have bought meat there, but I wanted to try their beer. So this one's called Darth Vondra, and it's.
I don't get the reference.
I don't either. Yeah. Some black helmeted guy. I don't know. Anyway, American Schwartz Beer. So I was very excited.
I like the idea of it. I love the idea of an American Schwartz beer.
Right.
Schwartz beers are typically a German style.
Yeah.
The best way I've ever heard a Schwartz described is like it's a black pilsner.
Well, Schwartz in German is black, and beer is beer. So black beer.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Yeah. May the Schwartz be with you. Yeah. So it is a black beer.
Yeah, I would say it's a solid 20-something or another on the SRM scale.
It's got almost what little nose you get on it. It's got a little bit of a coffee.
Little sweet coming through.
It's a good one.
Ooh, that is absolutely fantastic. Maybe it's just because I hadn't had a Schwartz beer in a hot minute, but this is...
Well, I think we talked about this, whether it was with you or with Beth on one of these. You don't see a lot of Schwartz beers. Yeah. So that's really what, other than, of course, the can art.
Once again, I don't get the reference.
Yeah. Other than the can art, I was really excited to try a Schwartz beer. And South Dakota is actually, in general, I think their breweries have come a long way.
I mean, all joking aside, like it's Darth Vader and a TIE fighter drinking out of a beer hat.
Yep. Yeah.
What won't we think of?
Pretty delightful.
I mean, it's not even like Darth Vader. It's a guy that weirdly has like your same kind of facial hair.
Right.
I mean, this essentially is you.
I don't know who Vondra is, but
that might be your.
If that's the dude behind.
Is that your Sith name? Are you Darth Vondra?
Could be. Yeah.
From now on in the show, shall refer to you as Darth Vondra.
Sounds good.
Better than Darth Sidious.
Yes. Yeah, nobody wants to be Darth Sidious.
No. Yeah. I would say the Schwartz beer is the perfect beer. If you are a dark beer drinker and you're like, I'm going to go to the cabin this weekend, I'm going to be out with the friends, but I want to drink a dark beer, but I want to have a crushable dark beer.
If you can find a Schwartz beer,
this
that's
might be
it.
the beer for you.
Yeah.
Because it's ultimately very drinkable. It's actually very refreshing. You just get a little like chocolatey, a little coffee, a little.
But it doesn't sit with you for a long time. It's not like a stout or even a porter so much.
Because a Schwartz beer is ultimately a lager, and lagers, that's like the hallmark of a lager is drinkability.
Yep.
Well, that is very good. Thank you, Landon.
Yeah. You can thank Looks in Sioux Falls. For those of you going on vacation to the Black Hills, make sure you stop in Sioux Falls.
This beer has like a perfect mouthfeel.
Yeah, it's great. We're not actually getting paid by like Sioux Falls for this, though. If they want to toss us some money, that'd be great.
Yeah, that is honestly one of the best Schwartz beers I've had in a hot minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was impressed. I'm
I'm
I've really been impressed. Pre-COVID, we went to Sioux Falls quite a bit and stopped into breweries and stuff, and they were really up in their game. So
yeah. This beer makes me want to go there and try more beers.
absolutely.
Yeah, that was.
Anytime you want to go to Sioux Falls, you just let me know. It's a short 6-hour drive.
Oh, Jesus. Minnesota's wider than it looks.
Actually, I take that back. It's 5 hours to Sioux Falls, so it's not so bad.
A quick
Six is just
We
out
can
of.
be there and back in 12 hours.
We can, yeah.
Leave at 6 and be home at 6.
We just need someone to drive for us. That's usually the case.
Yeah,
You know.
Get the wife pregnant again.
Nope.
Nope.
We're done. Everybody's done around here.
Done.
Yeah, getting too long in the tooth for that business.
My dad was 40 when I was born.
Yep. Brave people. So you were telling me a little story about this beer.
Yeah, a little bit of a story. So this is Wild Ride from New Belgian Brewing. And this is their 30th year anniversary beer. So if nothing else, tip of the hat to New Belgium for making it 30 years, making craft beer.
Yeah.
I don't drink a ton of New Belgium at the current moment in time. That being said, I have drank a lot of New Belgium over the years.
You know, there was a time where there wasn't,
The
you know,
plethora.
as far as like import, you know, from other states, New Belgium was one of the few.
I mean, if you actually looked at every beer style and whatnot that New Belgium has made over the years, it'd probably be an overwhelming list of.
Oh, yeah.
And they've literally made everything. They are the quintessential American craft brewery. So,
Starting with, of course, Fat Tire.
a good old fashioned.
Yeah, good old Fat Tire.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm drinking decent amount of those.
Yep.
That being said, so this is their 30th anniversary beer. It's called Wild Ride, and it's an amber IPA.
An amber IPA.
Which is a suiting beer, I feel like. They're a brewery
Yeah.
known for their IPAs and known for amber ales.
Right.
So.
Yeah, just mix the two.
Now, if you're a Wisconsinite, much like ourselves, you'd probably be like, is a Wild Ride the name of a beer from a different brewery? And you'd be like, yeah, Sand Creek makes Wild Ride.
Certainly is, yeah.
So I feel like, I'm pretty sure, I can't say to how much, but I know for a fact that New Belgium had to fork a little bit of money over to Sand Creek for the name Wild Ride. So go Sand Creek, you know.
Go Sand Creek. Good old Sand Creek.
Nothing like breaking off a piece occasionally, right?
Yeah, well, you know, take a little money and maybe get some of the spirits out of that brewery, you know. It is haunted.
It is haunted.
You know, we did discuss that on an episode
Go and watch
we did
the
with
episode
them.
if
Yeah.
you're not familiar with Sand Creek.
Yeah,
Darn it all.
that's right.
So this one, I mean, just look at how clear that is.
It almost
In a world-
looks. It's got a very Pilsner type look to it.
In a world where hazy IPAs have become ever dominant, it is fun to come across a very clear beer.
Yeah.
Very solid head. You know, this may be just me going on a quick tangent here, but head is really, to make a beer with a solid, retainable head is harder than most people think. In this head, I am just beating the crap out of it, and it is not dissipating. So, well-made beer, I guess, and as far as structurally concerned.
That is an interesting taste. It is almost as if you mixed an amber ale with an IPA.
Yeah. Very.
You get some of that caramel notes from the amber, and then it finishes with a.
Because on the nose, all I get is like sweet notes.
Yep.
But once you start drinking it, that amber, that caramel, like you were saying, is very dominant throughout.
Yeah, it's there, and then it finishes off with the hops.
You really get the hops like about 10 seconds after you swallow. You're like, oh, hi hops.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's the IPA.
There you are. That's a fun beer, though. I like that.
It's certainly different. I can honestly say I've never seen a amber IPA before.
It's kind of nice too when a brewery makes an anniversary beer to make something widely accessible, as opposed to a niche that is only like 1% or like 5% of our audience will like this
Right.
beer.
We did
Triple sour,
triple dry hopped IPA
milkshake.
Or yeah. Hopefully New Belgium never gets on the milkshake.
Yeah.
Or maybe they have already. I don't know, but I haven't seen anything from them.
I can't handle that much sugar. Call me a sissy if you want. But
I can't either.
sugar.
It'll keep you away from the old Wilford Brimley train.
I'm saying Wilford Brimley is like my arch nemesis.
No doing diabetes commercials and riding horses for you.
My dad could do that, but
Yeah, well, he can be the next Wilford Brimley then.
mustache isn't.
Yeah. He can be Garnold Brimley. So this next beer is actually from one of my
Favorites.
personal favorite breweries out of Minnesota. Not even out of the Twin Cities. They're just north of the Twin Cities. Hammerheart, and
probably my favorite named brewery.
Yeah, in the place, and I haven't been there in quite some time. But boy, I really want to go back.
At this point, Hammerheart is my white whale. It's one brewery I really want to go to, and I've never been there.
It's it almost looks like a little wooden shack that you would see somewhere in the Nordic countries, you know.
Oh, you're really selling this, and
yeah,
you get a good way.
Yeah, and it's great. You know, there's like a wooden door that you have to open to get in, and then you get in, and then all you see is like barrels on the back wall, and all of their tap handles are like deer horns and elk horns.
Sounds like Nirvana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And primarily, and as we'll see with this beer, they primarily make smoked beers.
It is such a bold move, a move that I respect the crap out of, that they're like, you know what? We're going to smoke everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody else is, so they may as well.
Do you like Rausch beers? Do you like Grazies? Not
Yeah.
Grazies. What's the Polish smoked ale called? Oh, come to me. Move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get. So this is Leaf's Smoked American Lager. So just an American lager,
Essentially a Rausch beer.
with smoked grains. Yeah.
There's a if it's a lager that's smoked, they typically call it a Rausch beer, and I'm really spacing on what they call smoked ales at the moment, but it'll come to me, I promise.
Oh wow.
That is very tasty.
That's delightful. Now, I will tell you, for those of you that do not like things that are smoked, so if you're not a beef jerky fan, or if you're not, meat sticks, those kinds of things, then you're probably not going to like these beers. If that is your jam, then you will love probably every beer that they make.
What if I like smoked jam?
If you like smoked jam,
Yeah, see what I did
it'll
there?
be your jam. Yeah.
You really don't get the smoke until the finish, though. It's actually not unlike.
You gotta take a really good whiff,
Yeah, not even on the nose.
and you'll get just a hint.
Get a little smoke, a little sweet on the nose. I would almost say these two have something in common in the sense that this is overwhelmingly caramely with that hot finish, whereas this is overwhelmingly just like a smooth lager with this like just delightfully little smoke like fire at the end.
Yeah. But not, I mean, it's, I've had smoked beer, and we've talked about this. I've had some very bad smoked beer. I've also had some smoked beer that I really wanted to be good. It just was too much smoke, and you can, believe it or not, you can have too much smoke in a beer.
Yeah.
It just ruins it, because that's all your palate has for the rest of the night is just this smoky.
I would say that smoked beers are probably one of the hardest styles of beer to get right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is something that can go drastically wrong at multiple times.
Yep.
Throughout the process, and getting the correct level of smoke.
I would say if you like a Scotch, that smokiness that a Scotch has, you're gonna like this, because the smokiness that you get from a Scotch, kind of lingers a little longer than the beer does. So this will dissipate after a little while. Some of those Scotches, that smokiness hangs with you for a while.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if it's like an Isla Scotch.
Yeah, which is some of my favorites. But
you're like, what, is this the Peat Monster? I want the Peat Monster.
Give me that one. Which one do you got?
Which one literally?
Which one is on the low list of the lowlands? Give that to me.
Like if you could harness the smoke from a bonfire into liquid form, that's what.
Yeah. Beth absolutely hates it.
Yeah.
She doesn't even like to be around me because she can smell it.
I don't think there's a single woman on this planet that likes to smoke beer
or a Scotch. I've yet to meet a woman that drinks Scotch.
Yeah,
that would be interesting. I'd like to
drink a bourbon, a nice and sweet bourbon or something like that. Maybe even a rye, a little earthy, earth spice to it. But get that bonfire going.
That bonfire going, and they don't like that. No. That's how you.
I would say the easy winner of this particular round that we normally do that is definitely that Schwartz. That Schwartz was on point.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was a fantastic beer.
And for a brewery that's at least new to me, maybe they've been around longer than I've been aware.
Yeah.
But they really can't. I don't think they could have been around more than a couple of years. They're doing some really good stuff. So for those of you that are around Minnesota, Wisconsin, obviously you can get the New Belgium beer pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. The other two, good luck.
Yeah, the other two, it's kind of one of those things, now that things are opening up a little more, people are starting to feel a little more comfortable traveling. I would say at your discretion, when you're comfortable, go out and discover, because beer hasn't gone away in the last year.
In fact, I think it got most people through COVID.
Yeah, it got a lot of people through COVID, I would say.
Thank you, beer.
You may find a brewery or two that are no longer, and that's a shame. But believe it or not, there are actually some new ones. Some new ones that came along right at the beginning of COVID, and people probably weren't aware of them because of...
Or there's breweries that decided to switch their locations right at the beginning.
Bloomer,
right. Looking at you.
Yep. Or
listen to the podcast.
Or some even decided to just wait a little bit, and then they opened, the further along they got. So, different situations for everybody. But, yeah, and thank you for pointing out the podcast. Yeah. We did... we skipped a week, and then Bloomer was the last one that we did. We do have Pitchfork coming up, so you can. We haven't been to Pitchfork in quite a while with anything, so
go see the mics.
Yeah, they're at a new place, so that's there's a lot to talk about with a new place, new equipment, new beer, packaging, all that kind of stuff. So those in Wisconsin, and then a little bit of beer news that maybe people haven't seen this, but Liftbridge, that was from, or is still from Stillwater, they built a second place, or they actually moved into a second place, I guess. The old Barley John's in New Richmond, Wisconsin. They
released that news on April Fool's Day, and I thought it was a joke.
Right, this whole time you thought it was a joke. Yeah,
it is not a joke.
Yeah, it is not. It is not a joke, and we hope to go visit there relatively soon and check out their new days.
Dish.
Yeah, they've got some really good beer, and obviously Minnesota's got a lot of it. Wisconsin's got a lot of it now too. So, if you're curious about their beer before you go and visit their new place, try them.
Regardless, go out and drink some beers.
Yeah, go out and drink some beers. It's a good time to do it, especially now that the weather's getting nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, that's what we got for you this week. Of course, we'll have another one next week, and some different beers. Who knows what we'll have? We don't even know.
Yeah, that's half the fun of the show.
Right? That is half the fun. Maybe we'll have to do mystery beers one of these days again.
That was always fun. I did guess that one though.
You did.
That's my
I guessed one too.
That's our claim to fame. We can guess them occasionally.
Yeah, we occasionally do get one. So that's it for us. Make sure, if you haven't already done it, subscribe to us right here on YouTube. Check us out on all the other social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we do have a TikTok account, but we don't ever use it.
I don't know how to TikTok.
We'll TikTok with Troy someday.
That involves dancing.
Yeah, it'll be good though. Don't worry about it. So
I like that Landon's kid's laughing at me right now.
So anyway, until next week, we'll see you then. Prost.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click down below where there's some more episodes for you to watch. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on episodes that you do watch. We hope to see you next time.